Free Comic Book Day Mini-Con is coming the first Saturday in May, May 2nd. We are giving away 20,000 comics, way more than we gave away last year. Plus, we have Free Comic Book Day month, which entitles you to free stuff all month long. May 2nd is Free Comic Book Day. Not only are we giving out 20,000 comics, but we have a ton of great guests. And we have got Sacramento's best comic book podcast that are going to be doing it live here. With Free Comic Book Day coming and all of the different guests we have, one of the things that we like to do is have a podcast while we're doing it so that you guys can listen to all the great things that happened afterwards and evidently during now because of Meerkat. Welcome the Capeless Crusaders.
Hello.
Hey, why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Me, I am Piper of the Capeless Crusaders.
I'm Drew. I'm David. Lovely to see you.
now
Lovely to be seen by you.
Not really video, more audio.
We have faces for radio.
Aw.
Now you guys are going to be down here on Free Comic Book Day.
Yes.
And you're going to set up a table. You're going to be podcasting about the comics I assume coming out that day, about comics in general. Now, is it okay for the people who are down here to come over and talk with you on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Highly approachable.
We really hope they do, because we're probably going to get bored just sitting by ourselves.
Yeah.
That's
what we do on the podcast.
We've never done a live podcast like this before.
So this is actually going to be pretty exciting.
This is really exciting.
So this will be something new. We can send people over there. If you guys are down here and you have some comments on the stuff coming out, comics, movies, everything, right?
We are totally down to hear your opinions and have you beat us down with your superior knowledge of comic books. If you have that.
We'll talk it out and edit what we don't like.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You make us look bad.
Why don't you guys first off tell us a little bit about the podcast?
We are, as he said, the Capeless Crusaders. We've been doing this for over a year now.
It's been about a year.
About a year. When did Civil War come out? Or not Civil War.
Civil War. You guys have been doing it a long time. Man, I swear to God, they've read comics.
Captain America was May, so yeah, almost a year. So we've been doing this for about a year. We've got 30 episodes up on podbean.com/the Capeless Crusaders. Isn't that where our website is?
Yep. And we're on iTunes.
We're on iTunes. You can look us up.
Don't
on
ask the new guy anything. I don't run your media.
So new guy, how long have you been doing this?
When did Civil War come out?
It
was
5
months longer than the podcast has been running.
Okay, and before that, since we're with you have done podcasting for a while.
Yes.
So this is nothing new to you.
This is comic book based instead of video game based, but otherwise. But yeah.
We swooped in and signed him onto our podcast. He's still doing his.
Before I got picked up by the Raiders.
Before the Raiders picked him and just ruined his career. We brought him in. So there's 7 of us total. Correct?
Yes.
There's 7 of us. We do half-hour and hour-long podcasts. We talk about comic books, comic book movies, comic book TV shows, everything in between. When movies come out, we'll do special ones. We go see them as a group. We're ridiculous and over the top.
Sometimes we dedicate entire shows to single trades.
Yeah, we've talked about I Kill Giants, Six Gun Gorilla, Kingdom Come. We cross all walks of comic books, from Marvel to DC to Image to Boom to Dynamite to Oni Press.
Things you've probably read and things that probably only he's read.
Yeah.
So.
Me and Ben.
Yeah.
Every weird thing I read is because of Ben. So
there's a lot of good stuff out there, and it's not just Marvel and
exactly.
DC. There's so much out
and a lot of it is going to be at Free Comic Book Day. Some of my favorite indie stuff, like Goon is going to have a comic for Free Comic Book Day, which I'm really excited
What's really nice about Free Comic Book Day is Marvel and DC are only putting out 2 books apiece. So out of those 20,000 comics we're giving out, the vast majority of them will be things that most people probably have never heard of and might not have read if not for an event like this.
That's a perfect time to get started on something. Just jump in, hop in, you have a stack of free. That's the operative word here. Free comic books.
It's stacked too.
Stack.
You can walk out with whatever interests you. And these guys
come outside and talk to us about it.
That's what I was about to say. These guys are going to have their books before you do. Because they're special.
I wouldn't say that before it happens.
Fame is just going to our heads.
And
special.
when you pick up your books, they'll be right there. You can talk to them about it. You can even talk to them about it before, while you're waiting in line, to find out what they thought about it and what their favorite ones were.
Totally do that.
That's a lot of
So we're
pressure.
ignoring everybody and
autograph
just reading
everything.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not Eric Powell, but I'll sign the gun anyway.
Nice. I'll get mine signed.
Yes.
It's going to ruin the value of it. It just goes down.
So now you guys have been doing this for about a year.
Yeah.
You said you got about 30 episodes
30
up there.
episodes.
I've seen you at cons.
Yes.
You guys have come to cons and interviewed people. Is there anything else that you might have in mind for the future for Capeless Crusaders?
Well, we're working on YouTube vlogs, I guess is the term the kids use these days.
Oh.
Putting some of those together, more, stuff that requires a visual element that's actually showing something. So we're working on vlogs. We're trying to get to
What
more.
exactly is a vlog for us old people?
It's just like a 2-minute YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's
You just literally talk for 2
video
minutes?
blog.
Okay.
It's a video blog.
Okay,
so it's
perfect.
nothing special. It's
Okay.
nothing new age. And we're working on going to some more conventions. We sadly missed SACCon, even though we heard it was huge and fantastic this year.
Next year.
I went,
Or at
but
the
it
end.
wasn't from the Crusade.
Well, that's okay. You represented us there in a good light.
I never said our name.
Like, I don't think
Exactly,
you
representing us in a good
Right.
light. We're gonna be at Stockton Con. We were at Grape City. We want to go to Grape City next year. We're gonna try to hit the next.
That was a
SACCon.
good one.
So really, what we're trying to do is also be there for independent artists and independent creators. We interview a lot of them when we're out and about. Cosplayers. We have a bunch of cosplayers we've connected with and are beginning to network with. So we're just trying to not only talk about the big stuff, not only talk about the movies, but also talk about the talent we have here right now in our backyard.
Yeah, and Sacramento is filled with people.
It's
I mean,
nice.
it's ridiculous how many people go to that Artist Alley or in small press,
Yeah.
the local shows. So it's good to give them a voice because, I mean, it's almost impossible for them to get noticed outside of things like this.
Right.
Actually, recently also talking about trying to get local talent, people who've made comic books like Melissa, on the cast.
Oh,
Just to get the name out there and to
we've,
talk about what they do.
Sean Miller from Anchor Comics. I commissioned a sketch from him, and he's totally cool, and we're gonna have him on the show. And
That's awesome.
Ramon Villalobos, he wants to do at least a Skype if he can't get out here.
That's great. And Ramon actually has the new Secret Wars
He's
book
doing-
coming out.
He,
So
he told me at Grape City I wasn't supposed to tell anybody that he was working on that.
Okay.
And then it came out like a week later.
nice.
So it was
It
like,
gets announced.
I knew.
See, special.
Yeah, special treatment.
I don't know what these two.
Normal.
So we're working on, and we've, Chunky Girl Comics. We're good friends with them, and Villain Comics, and Anti-Hero Comics. Just all these local groups that we want to have.
A lot of synonymous.
So, yeah,
comic
all the
books.
same thing. We want to get them out. They all want to come on the
Chunky
show, so we're
Girl.
gonna have them. And then obviously Empire's Press, Empire's Comic Press.
Mhm.
So
I wasn't going to say anything. but,
well,
and
and
I was
it's
about to say, Ron, they're off.
easily the best,
Oh, look at
independent
that.
publisher in
Aw.
Sacramento. That's how I get the special treatment.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
We will see you guys on May 2nd. Again, where can they find you online?
We are on Twitter at
The Capeless ones.
the Capeless Ones because we couldn't fit in Capeless Crusaders. We're the Capeless Crusaders on Instagram. We're the Capeless Crusaders on Facebook. And we are on iTunes as the Capeless Crusaders, and we're also on, if you don't use iTunes for whatever reason, you can find us on Podbean, which is podbean.capelesscrusaders.com.
Okay. You'll know you
That's-
found
wow,
us if
look
you
at
see
that.
the words of the Capeless Crusaders.
Yes, not to be confused with the Capeless Crusader,
He's just one dude.
Right.
who is Batman and
There,
also a blog.
there are 7 of us.
But Batman has a cape.
Exactly, right?
I like that guy. I'll see you guys on May 2nd. Woo!
We're live right now. You guys are up to 11 viewers.
Whoa!
we
We're
record.
breaking the record.
So,
Yeah. There you go.
I just read the podcast.
so here's what I'm thinking.
Show up.
I'm thinking, based on the trailers that we've seen, that Scarlet Witch is totally gonna take over
The Hulk.
No, not take over the Hulk. I think she's gonna take over
The world.
the Black Widow, and Black Widow is somehow gonna work from the inside, and that's why we had that scene where she almost kissed the Hulk. I don't think that's actually her. I think that's the Scarlet Witch.
I could have just been editing.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's
They
what I
just
thought.
both look.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah. Then what else?
Well, now it's like I had all these opinions and ideas that were like, oh, that's not how it's gonna be, and then the last trailer came out, and they're like, and Tony Stark is basically talking about how he created this network of, artificial intelligence, and it lost control, and I'm like, oh, that's what I thought it was gonna be, but everyone's like, oh, well, that's what they said in the trailer, and I'm like, well, that's what I said. Like, before, but
Nobody listened to David.
no one
Yeah.
listened to me. Josh
That's what you
Whedon-
should do. You should be using our blog as your Nostradamus.
Yeah.
Then you can get it all out there in the universe 6 months back when you have the idea and everybody can tell that you're right.
I called from the
published.
start that the world engine destroying the ocean is why Aquaman is now involved in
The world engine was Superman.
Exactly.
He's
Oh,
rich.
But it was destroying the ocean.
I see.
It was like pounding into the water. That's why Aquaman's gonna pop
There you
up.
go.
Very nice.